So one of the things that's really powerful is the fact that there are, maybe three major things. The skeptics come in and over the course of the day, we had tried to address three major things: security, bandwidth, and accessibility. And these are really good questions. And the ability for people to be able to come together, take a risk on something as new and different and out of the box and ambitious as doing an entire film in the cloud is going to bring up some big questions about that security and the bandwidth and the accessibility. So we want those questions to help us innovate so we can solve them as we go. And I think those were some of the things that surprised us, like how actually successful we were using today's technology. We didn't have to invent everything for this to work. We were able to leverage a lot. And I think maybe some people assume that the cloud is still 5 to 10 years away. In fact, some of the papers suggest this is going to be 2030 based on where we're at today. I would say with very, very high certainty, we will get there 5 years sooner. That in 2025, entire facilities today that do not subscribe and use the cloud for editorial or color correction or conform will absolutely be completely cloud-based, off-premises storage for active storage and for archiving completely in the cloud by 2025. I'm pretty confident in that. And I think all the projections that people have are going to just come faster. I think all the projections are correct. We're just going to be happening quicker because this stuff's maturing faster than I think some of us might assume. And I also think the best part about what HPA brings to this is an opportunity to feel comfortable taking these risks and asking questions. I think that if we can feel safe in a building like this, where we can take a risk and try something that hasn't been tried before, this is the best place to do that, because this is where innovation can be born. This is where standards can be born. And that's probably one of the most important reasons we come to this event. And I've been coming here for a long time, seeing just, friends and colleagues is really, it's just really, really important to keep those relationships going. But it's also to try new things and to figure out what parts of the pie are going to connect to make things more successful. We have a lot of integrations that are becoming more important in order for this to be successful. And I think we also need to just make a behavioral change. We've done this with film to tape. We've done this from tape to files. We've done this from HD to 4K. We've done this from SDR to HDR. We've all gone through these trainings before, and each of them required a decision to make the change, inventions, problems to be solved, and a behavioral response that we have to change how our facilities run or how we expect the work to actually flow. Going to the cloud is really no different. It's something we've had to do before, and we've been able to do it, and it barely works on day one, and it barely worked here, but it worked enough that I think people saw maybe we can do this and make it happen. So that's why we're here. I think it was absolutely successful, and we're privileged at Frame.io to being a collaborator on the Lost Lederhosen.